permiso, buenas tardes.
Thanks. Let me start sharing my screen. And is it visible now?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. So here we have effective communication using innovational digital tool. How important is it for you to have effective communication in your classroom? How easy or how difficult it is? Please write in the chat box. I think this is one of the biggest challenges that we have as teachers, right? What do you know about teaching English speaking skills using modern strategies during the pandemic? We have had a very difficult time, and I think that we are called to do bolder efforts, to learn more, and also to do greater things, okay? So I would love to know, what do you know about teaching English speaking using modern strategies? Please share. What do you use? What strategies do you use? Because if we share, we can be improving and we can be helping each one another. All right, so please write it in the chat box. Let's start with the introduction. And I want to tell you this quote. People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel. Isn't that true? Remember when you were at school with that lovely teacher who made you feel that you were special, that encouraged you, that teacher who encouraged you to do greater things? You will never forget that person. Maybe you don't know what the person taught you, but you remember how that person made you feel. So it is very important that we address to the emotions in the classrooms and we can have a better communication. Wow, I have some comments here that you use Prezi video. That's amazing. I use it too. Mr. Amir is using too. You can see on his screen that he can be putting images. He can be writing. It's like a prompter, and the students can be looking at that. That is fantastic. I'm so happy that you are participating, guys. Listen, guys, good public speaking skills are important in other areas of your life as well. You might be asked to make a speech at a friend's wedding, give an eulogy for a loved one, or inspire a group of volunteers at a charity event, among other things. In short, being a good public speaker can enhance your reputation, boost your self-confidence, and open up countless opportunities. If we are speaking as teachers, good public speaking skills help us a lot. But what about if we teach our students to be great public speakers? I'm going to be playing a video from TED. I want you to watch this video and then tell me what you think. Let me know if you can see. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes, Cristina.
Okay, well, this was not. Let me share again. Okay. And you see my screen now? Yes, let's start watching this.
Yes.
Stay tuned after the video to learn about TED's official online public speaking course.
Public speaking is an ancient art, wired deeply into our minds. In every culture on Earth, as language developed, people learned to share their stories, hopes, and dreams. Imagine a typical scene. It's after nightfall. The campfire is ablaze. An elder rises. Eyes lock onto the wise, wrinkled face. And as the storyteller speaks, each listener imagines the events that are being described. What happens next is astounding. The brains inside the heads of independent individuals start to behave very strangely. They begin to sync up. They gasp together, laugh together, weep together. And as they do so, something else happens. Rich, neurologically encoded patterns of information inside the woman's brain are somehow copied and transferred to the brains in the audience. These patterns will remain in those brains for the rest of their lives, potentially impacting their behavior years into the future. Every meaningful element of human progress has happened only because humans have shared ideas with each other and then collaborated to turn those ideas into reality. From the first time our ancestors teamed up to take down a mammoth, to Neil Armstrong's first step onto the moon, people have turned spoken words into astonishing shared achievements. The same is true today. As a leader or as an advocate, public speaking is the key to unlocking empathy, stirring excitement, sharing knowledge and insights, and promoting a shared dream. The spoken word has actually gained new powers. Our campfire is now the whole world. Thanks to the internet, a single talk could end up being seen by millions of people. Just as the printing press massively amplified the power of authors, so the web is massively amplifying the impact of speakers. What is more, we can enhance these skills in ways that ancients could never have imagined. The ability to show, right there in beautiful high resolution, any image that a human can photograph or imagine. The ability to weave in video and music. The ability to draw on research tools that present the entire body of human knowledge to anyone in reach of a smartphone. Suddenly, an ancient art has global reach. We need that now more than ever. Ideas that could solve our toughest problems often remain invisible because the brilliant people in whose minds they reside lack the confidence or the know-how to share those ideas effectively. At a time when the right idea presented the right way can ripple across the world at the speed of light, there's huge benefit to figuring out how best to set it on its way, both for you, the speaker in waiting, and for the rest of us who need to know what you have to say. The good news is, these skills are teachable. They absolutely are. And that means that there is a new superpower that anyone, young or old, can benefit from. It's called presentation literacy. I've become convinced that tomorrow, even more than today, learning to present your ideas to other humans will prove to be an absolutely essential skill for any child who wants to build confidence, anyone who wants to progress at work, anyone who wants to leave a legacy, anyone, period. The campfires of old have spawned a new kind of fire, a fire that spreads from mind to mind, screen to screen, the ignition of ideas whose time has come. This matters. Let's go light a fire.
If you're ready to find and share your spark.
Okay, what do you think about the video? Did you like it? I hope you do. And I'm going to be sharing with you this channel. Here you can find lots and lots of video. There is a page called TED Talks, and you can see all the speeches. You can find any topic that you want. But for example, in this one, TED Ed, look, you can have the lists, and they are categorized by topics, and they have pictures. And pictures are so important, especially with beginners and we lower intermediate students, any level. Images are so important. But for example, when our students cannot be so good at understanding the input, we can help them a lot. So for example, if you can see here the list, they are so interesting. They talk about history, they talk about myths, they talk about, you name it, science, about human behavior. They are so good. Yes, picture description rocks. I'm gonna ask you another question. How much input do you give to your students? How important authentic input is for you? I have found that it is so important. So my students can really get the idea of what I am explaining more than me. Sometimes I knew that I am not the star in my class. The star are my students. They are the ones who need to speak the most, and they are the ones who need to transmit their ideas. So that is the art that we can help them. Yes, student center. Thank you, Violeta. That we can help them. And how are we going to do that? I'm going to be explaining some of the ideas that I have found so far. I've been teaching for more than 25 years, and it has been so challenging, that path. Listen, guys, this is a big number. 617 million children and teenagers worldwide are unable to reach minimum proficiency levels in readings and mathematics. That is so severe. This number was not considered with the pandemic. Now that we are facing the problem in Russia and Ukraine, we can imagine that this number is going to go higher. We are living difficult moments, but you know what? I believe that we can be heroes, and we can save lives, and we can help people, transmitting knowledge, helping them, empowering them. So our mission is so beautiful, and we can do amazing things. Today, we're going to be talking about TED Talks, and I have a technique, OBC. We are going to be talking about Google Arts, how to make our students speak with this tool. We are going to inspire our students, and then Snap Camera. If you can notice, well, this is not the real me. I'm using a filter, and this is Snap Camera. Yes, you may say, oh, teacher, you're so beautiful. Well, you're going to see, you're going to enjoy teaching because you can be whoever you want to be. Okay, let's start. The power of WH questions, TED Talks. In this technique, if you remember in the video, they were talking that our brain makes images. Our brain responds to images, okay? I'm going to tell you a story. I used to work in a very famous company for teachers, and one day they told us, you know what? You are going to have an exam, a speaking exam. If you pass, you will continue with your job. If you fail, we are going to say goodbye to you. And I was like, ah! They gathered all the teachers. We were 100 of teachers in a meeting. And there was one person. Okay, the examination is going to be a speaking exam. And you're going to be talking about a topic. You're going to be talking about a topic. And I was sweating. And they say, yes, Mr. Amir. And they say, okay, we need a volunteer. You, Cristina, come on to the front. We want you to talk about the universe. I remember that was like 10 years ago. I was all white. I was sweating. My hands were sweating. My mouth was dry. I couldn't even move my jaws. I couldn't even open my lips My mouth, it was all closed. I wanted to go to the bathroom in that moment, and I was paralyzed. And then all the people, all the teachers were looking at me like, the teacher, how she's going to speak, right? I felt, guys, like this. It was one of the most horrible experiences. The universe. Who talks about the universe? What I was supposed to talk about the stars, about the planets, about everything was confused. I couldn't have an idea in that moment what to talk about. When I started studying about the brain and I started when I started getting information about how our brain works and respond to images, I said, if I have a picture of like a map of the things that I have to say, everything is going to be easier. So I made this model. I have the opening, the body, and the conclusion. And I teach my students, okay, every time you're going to be talking about whatever you want, you need to have these 3 circles, right? Quickly, you are going to have a menu. In the opening, you can start using a prop. What is a prop? Any object that you have with you, and you can start talking about it. And you're going to get the students' attention. For example, give me 1 sec. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to improvise a little bit. Imagine that we are going to be talking about discipline. And I say, discipline is the science, blah, 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 blah. But instead of doing that, the first 10 seconds, I show you something like this. Discipline. Yes, Violeta, so you know what this is. Okay, so I get the attention of the audience, right? So you are going to be like, what does she have to say about that, right? So using a prop, it's so useful. Try to use it with your students. They love it. And you are going to be surprised about their creativity. Another thing is an image. An image talks more than 1,000 words. A story. I teach my students. These words are magical. Let me tell you a story. In the moment you do that, the brains of the persons are like, I want to listen to that person. So those are magical words. Or a question. If it is a provocative question, the better. Then you are going to quickly think about 3 ideas. For example, in the universe, in that story that I was telling you, I could have come up with 3 ideas. What is the universe? What do I think about the universe? And what I don't like about the universe, for example. Okay, but quickly, 3 ideas. Think in terms of 3, because if it is all vague and diffuse, your brain cannot get it. And finally, to make a summary and invite the audience. I'm going to show you an example of one of my students. He is only 14 years old. Mr. Amir knows him very well.
Yes, go Tiger.
Yes, it's going to be Mr. David. And I invited him to create a story about Valentine's Day. Are you ready to watch it? I hope you love it. Let me know if it is audible and if it is visible. Can you see?
Yes.
The Shy Girl by David.
Yes, Violeta, can you see and listen?
The Shy Girl by
Yes,
David
Honor.
Jimenez.
Yes, Honor.
Shy people have big ideas. By unknown. Was a Valentine's Day when a popular guy was receiving a lot of Valentines, and the same day a little tiny shy girl got in love with him. So after that, he wrote a little Valentine to send him. When she says she gives him the Valentine, he opened it and only say, "I love you." After that, the tiny shy girl left the place, but the popular guy was love-struck of she. For all the day in the school, he was looking for she. She was looking for her, but he couldn't find her. And at the end of the day, he gave up, but he sees her in the swing. He goes with her, and it's the end of the story.
That was Mr. David. He is only 14 years old. And I don't know if you noticed something that he was using, he loves she. He loves she. At the end of the presentation, he told me, "Teacher, it's not she, right? It's her." During the presentation, he was correcting himself. And that was magical. Magical. I really love that presentation. Yes, self-correction. That was amazing. I'm going to be showing you another, let me, give me 1 second, because it's not this one. Let me show you another video. Well, I'm going to find it in a minute because I don't have it right now. Another student using the same technique. Okay, so in classes, I train my students because I don't want them to suffer what I suffered once, that I was in front of an audience that was very critical and they were like looking me down and I couldn't speak anything. So scaffold your students, help them to build communication and help them to express in the best way possible. Do that and then let us know how it works, or share with us if you are using different techniques to promote effective communication in the classroom. That would be amazing. For example, I offer them input and then we practice this technique. Input and this technique, input and this technique. So they are practicing all the time. And if you could see, this student had a presentation, he made it. And it was only images, not a single word. During his presentation, he was not reading. He was only describing the pictures. And that was so good. Let's continue now with Google Arts. In the comments, you can let us know what do you think about this technique, the one that we just saw. If you have any questions, at the end, we are going to answer those questions. I have a question for you guys. How important is art for you? How often do you use art in classes? Okay? And we are going to do an exercise right now. I want you to look at this picture, at this painting, and I want you to start writing about what kind of painting is it, if you know who the painter is, the size, the composition, the objects, the colors, the lighting, the details, the technique, people details, opinion, feelings, etc. Okay? I am going to give you 1 minute per picture. We're going to be working with 3 pictures. And I'm going to be playing some music so you can inspire. You can be inspired more to write. Okay, let me know if you can listen to the music. Can you listen to the music? Okay, now. Write as many things as you can. Okay. Okay, time's up. Did you like the paintings? Yes. Okay.
I like it, the painting.
I need, excellent, Mr. Amir. I need some volunteers. Lovely feeling, yes. It's so beautiful when we are admiring some art. I want you to help me, guys, to describe this picture. I need a volunteer. Who would like to describe this?
May I?
Yes, sure, Mr. Amir.
This art have a multiple color, and In the top have a bird, and in the middle have a guitar system, a guitar like an instrument, and the upper left have a like a alien, and the down like a wing about anything.
Okay, and what are the feelings? How did you feel with this painting?
The feelings as give us a multiple, means all the things, all the people, all animals, everything together live
Wow, that's so beautiful, Mr.
peacefully.
Amir.
Peacefully.
Thank you.
No one difference.
Okay, so that's amazing. Another volunteer, I would love to listen to the next painting. Who would love to participate? Don't be shy. Come on. Violeta, you want to talk?
I think Sir
see.
Andrés.
Okay, Violeta, give a big applause to
Violeta,
Violeta.
activate your microphone.
And she needs to activate another advice. Well, while Violeta is activating the other advice, don't worry, my dear. Who wants to share? I would love to listen to you guys. Come on. Okay, Carlos. Yes, great. Come on.
Okay, go, Carlos.
And then Violeta, the last one. Okay, let's see if Violeta can make it. Come on, Carlos. What can you tell us about this painting?
I think it's a romantic image. It inspired me beautiful feelings.
Excellent. What about the colors? They are contrasting. They are, how are they? Light.
I notice they are very realistic colors. And yes, it have a contrast.
Okay, so do you like the painting?
Yes, I really like it.
Excellent, very good. Violeta, thank you, Carlos. Violeta, are you ready?
Working on a number of
No?
isometric
Yes.
models that will help to
Excellent.
increase the innervation, the strength, and the
Okay,
compliance
so
of your
we have
tissues
the
to
next.
hold your joints
Violeta
together.
is
So our
connecting.
yoga practice requires us to be able to stabilize ourselves in any number
Let's
of different
listen.
shapes. And
Okay, Violeta, let us know if you are ready. We're going to be going with the last one. Yes, excellent, Violeta. A big applause to Violeta, please. Virtual applause. Or you can open your camera so she can see you. Can you see the picture, guys? Your mic in your computer don't work? Don't worry, Violeta, don't worry. If you can, later you can participate. Okay, yes, don't worry, my dear. So, Mr. Andrés, what about you? Can you share us? What do you think about this painting?
Oh, Cristina, let me tell you the truth. I love this painting. Well, so the first thing I can admire from this painting is that I can see a couple. No, they're like a romantic scenario. They're going for the path. I don't know. Maybe it looks like it is evening time. I don't know. They are walking. But some colors in the sky, they are contrasting to the moment of the day, because colors they look like primary, and the moment of the scenario, is dark. So it's contrasting. Well, I could say that it's romantic because the couple shows the affective demonstration. So it's public. So the feelings are so lovely, no?
Okay, I have another. Hi, Violeta, you are ready?
Violeta.
Mr. Andrés, thanks a lot. So now we're going to be listening to Violeta. Ready? Excellent,
Yes.
Mr. Andrés. It was
Hi, there I am. Can you hear me?
Hello, Violeta.
Hi, thank you. Cari, call me Cari.
Cari.
Yeah, sure. Yes, that's one of my favorite paintings. I can't remember the author. I was searching
Where
for
are you
him.
from, my dear?
Argentina, Buenos Aires, Argentina.
Wow.
And who's the author here? I can't. Well, yes, similar to what who was it? Amir? I can't remember who was speaking.
Andrés was speaking.
Okay, thank you for all the sharing. One of my, I love the colors here and this romantic side or scenario, and the dog. I have 2 dogs, and I usually pet whenever I see one. And the contrast with colors is amazing. Yes, there's like a rainbow, yes, or a palette, and here it's already raining, so this also reminds me of the situation over here. Not for the people itself, well, the 3 paintings were great. The first one with the abstract images were wonderful, and I loved when they show, I mean, whatever the feelings and what you can imagine beyond the painting, yes. And this is how we can help our students feel free to express themselves and express. Feelings are wonderful to talk about. The
and
empathy.
to talk more, right?
Sure.
That's amazing. A big applause to Kari. You are so beautiful, Kari. And let me tell you my version about this painting. It's not a romantic art. It's a science fiction art. Look, it's an UFO. So it's going to abduct the couple and the dog. No, I'm just kidding. So what I want to share with you guys is Google Art. I don't know if you have ever used this. Let me, can you see my screen now? Okay. Invite your students to go to this page, Google Arts and Culture. Here you can have free access to the best museums, to the best master art pieces, okay? You can explore, and there are games. There are so many activities students can make here. And for example, here, explore. They can explore by different movements, techniques, artists, by color. This is one of my favorites. For example, Kathy, what is your favorite color?
Purple. Yes, whenever people, they already know, well, violet here, it's already in red, but
you see a lot of violet paintings, and you can help your students describe all these paintings with the PowerPoint. If you want the PowerPoint, you can email me later and I can share with you. For example, here we have these colors, blue. That is one of my favorite. This is a Van Gogh. I love this painting.
Very nice. That's amazing.
Your students can read about the painting. They can read about the story of the painting, about the author, the technique. So it's a great tool you can use to promote effective communication within your classroom. I would love to listen or to read you in the chat. What do you think about this technique? Okay. I'm going to be sharing at the end all the links, all the videos and the YouTube videos and the music and everything that we do if you want it. Okay. And we're going to go to the last one, and it's going to be Snap Camera. As you can see, this is not the real me. Okay. I would love to, but no. Something funny happened today. I am in Mexico, and the conference was supposed to be at 11. So it was 10 a.m. and Andres told me, are you ready? And I say, no. I thought that it was going to be 1 hour later. And he says, no, it's now. And I was like, oh my God. So I was in a hurry trying to get ready. So I got ready in only 3 minutes, right, Andres?
Yes.
And I could do it thanks to the magic of a snap camera. You can be whoever you want. For example, I can play to be in France, and we are going to do an exercise right now. Imagine that we are in France, okay? And we are going to be inventing a story. What I want you to do is use the power of the WH questions. Where, when, what, who, how, and why. You are going to have 2 minutes to write a story about France. Whatever you want to write. It could be a romantic story. It could be a horror story. It could be the story that you want. Okay. So let me play some music about France. Let me know if you can listen to the music.
I'm no author, and I've sold
Give me 1 second.
thousands of books.
Can you listen?
Yes.
Write these books
Okay.
myself.
Imagine that we are in France and you are going to be writing a beautiful story. Use the power of these words. Okay, I would love to listen one person. It doesn't matter that you haven't finished, but I would love to listen one of your stories, and I know, I'm very sure that they are great. Who wants to share one? Okay, Kari, go ahead.
Here I am. Once upon a time, there was a girl who traveled far from Argentina, wearing her purple flat cap and winter clothes. Her dream was to reach Paris, France. Her greatest dream was to go up the spiral stairs of Notre Dame. Fortunately, she made it just before the fire burned it down. On that day, Art Day.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, due to the time, we don't have time to do, because there are like 3 more activities. One was going to be about, let me change my filter. It would be about Spain. And you can find music about Spain and you can play, and so your students can be writing the story. But guess what? The most important is when the students are using the filters, because they feel like the stars in the class. They are so motivated and they love to be changing their outlooks. Another one was in Mexico, and it was like Marimar, because people love that soap opera. So you can be transforming in anything that you want. So it's going to be so nice if you can encourage your students to participate in this way, and they're going to have lots and lots of fun. And for example, we, the girls, this is amazing. There is in a snap camera, let me show you. Let me know if you can see. Snap camera, there are all the filters. One of makeup. So you look gorgeous, right? This is the one that I am using right now. And for example, there are different, they are funny, they are kind of strange. I could be like an alien right now.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, yes, but imagine all the things that you can do in class, right? You can be talking about core. Maybe you can be a girl. You can, yes, it's so. You can be a mean person. And laughing with your students, okay? I'm going to take this away because then you are going to be like, teacher, don't do that. Okay, this one, the cute blush. I like this one. I would love to read filter. What would be the possibilities with your students? We were talking about, guys, there is a microphone. If you can mute it, guys, thank you. Okay, am I on mute? Yes. So today we were talking about 3 innovational digital tools. TED Talks with the videos with TED, Google Art, and Snap Camera. Okay. Before I finish, I would love to give you some advice. The most important, guys, the most important is you. Take care of yourself. Really, we are sitting here for hours and hours and hours. The stress is a lot. The most important is that you are healthy, that you have peace in your mind, in your heart. So please drink water, sleep 8 hours, meditate, hug the people that you love, do exercise, smile, eat well, go and take sun baths. The sunlight is so powerful. And breathe. That would be the best advice that I could give you. I hope that you have enjoyed this talk. And remember that you are fantastic. This number is too high. We can make a difference. And I invite you to be that hero that changed this number. Thanks a lot, Mr. Andrés. Thank you all, guys, for being here. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing time, and I'm very grateful. I invite you to subscribe to my channel because I am recording my classes using the filters. I'm having a great time. You are invited if you want to participate and teach. For the secondary students, thousands of children in Latin America are watching and are learning the secondary classes with this, and you could be the star. So it would be an honor. Andrés, thanks a lot. Mr. Amir, as always, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, dear Cristina. Thanks for accepting the invitation, for sharing with us with your knowledge and experience. So evidently, I knew from the moment when I invite you that it would be great. So, and the reason is that teachers are making comments, they're participating. We are learning. That's the most important. We have learned. And I also admire, I'm so happy to see new people in our webinars. For example, Carrie, you are always, it's our community. It's a big community. So this is your home. Imagine that you can come as many times as you consider, as all of you guys. No, thank you so much. No, I'm reading some comments. Everybody, okay, say Carlos, Jose, excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, Mr. Amer, it's an honor. Yeah, it is. Carrie Violeta, cheers to all of you. I don't know, guys, if you want to say something, a last comment, or you have any question for our guest, Professor Cristina. Somebody is asking you, Chris, down in the chat, no? Do you download Snap Camera on your computer?
Yes, you download it on your computer, okay? And here is a tip. Sometimes when you close your camera and you open, you cannot see the filters. So what I do is I don't close the camera. I just put a paper, so I make sure that the filter is working. Because sometimes it's very frustrating and you need to turn off the computer and turn it on again. I don't know why, but that is the tip that I can give you. Please use it. Snap Camera has different filters in the different festivities that we have during a year. For example, Halloween. We had Halloween parties with my students, and they were wearing costumes. It was so fun. The Day of the Dead in Mexico, for Christmas, for the Valentine's Day. So there are so many filters. And I have discovered that when the students feel that they are the stars, they love it. They won't miss their classes because they are just happy and they are like waiting what you are going to be doing with them, what they are going to be doing. That is something that is very important. Okay, and record them, ask them permission, and that's something that I do. We are having a topic, then we have the presentations, we record those presentations, and they love watching themselves and watching their partners. That is a great tip because they can see the progress. That student that I showed the video, that was magical. He said, teacher, it's not she, it's her. He loves her. And I was like, yes, baby. So that was amazing.
Yes, Cristina, thank you. So you're right. No, so that collaborative work from among students, it's so good because they learn from each other. Thank you so much, guys. But before, let me tell you that we are going to continue doing some of these webinars. So you are all invited. Okay. I always share the links in the WhatsApp groups, in the EFL teachers group. So if you see the link, you can share with other partners. So invite them. No? So we are a big community, no? So we can see from different countries, no? From Peru, Pakistan, Argentina, Mexico, República Dominicana, Ecuador, etc. No? So let's come together. Before we finish, please, can you activate your camera because I want to take a picture, the last picture. Okay, hello Marisol, nice to see you again. Hi Mario, nice to see you. Joaquin, Helen. Okay, and all of you guys.
Hello, I'm so happy to see you guys.
Hello, Sergio Eduardo from Bolivia. Hello, my friend.
Wow.
How are you?
Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Okay, guys, look to the front. I'm going to take the picture. Okay. Okay, go again. Okay, thank you so much for coming. And I will let you know when we are going to have another webinar. I think we're going to have in the next week. So I will invite you to. Okay. Have a nice weekend. Thank you, Cristina, again for your presentation. Thank you, Mr. Amer. I think it's a little bit late in Pakistan.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, Professor Cristina Mauricio, and all. I learned it a lot.
Okay, thank you so much, dear Amer, for your greetings. So have a nice.
I learned so much, and thank you so much for being here, Cristina. It was very nice and amazing.
Thank you. I had only 3 minutes, really. I was sweeping in my house and I was mopping.
It's okay, Chris. Thank you so much, guys.
The filters help you a lot, guys. Well, especially for the girls. I love you. Have a blessing weekend. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.